going on, guys? It's your boy Charles back with another video for Black and Blue TV. When you get a chance, please like the content, share the content, subscribe, as well as comment who your favorite team is, whether it's the NFC East or the NFL in general, because I will still be doing updates on certain teams and also predictions throughout this season. But for today's video, I want to get into the things that the Cowboys need to do tonight in order to win this game against the Chargers. Now, everybody's saying it's preseason. Of course it's preseason. But I would still like the Cowboys to definitely execute on the offensive side of the ball, as well as defensively too. Offensively, particularly in the line. Now, our offensive line did not play well last game. Granted that we did have a lot of rushing yards, about 141 yards at about 5 yards a clip, which is very good and shows that we are going to be a running team for next season. But a few key things that happened, especially in that first quarter where Josh Ball, our left tackle who is currently starting that game, missed a blocking assignment and actually forced Cooper Rush to throw an inerrant pass that was intercepted. Now, that whole night, Josh Ball, he was just getting destroyed. He was missing blocking assignments, he was unsure of himself, and he also looked unathletic as well. Now, later in that game, Isaac Alacon, he actually played very well. You know, he was sticking to his blocking schemes. He looked fresh when he was getting out of his stance, and he looked sure of himself. Now, of course, he's been in our program for about a year, and this is his second year now. So I would honestly like him to start tonight just to see where it goes, because we do need a backup for Tyron Smith, who just recently got injured. Now, will Tyron Smith be available the whole season? I mean, my answer is I hope so, because at this point in time, he seems to be more injury prone than ever, getting into the latter part of his career. Another thing offensively I wanted to talk about was our receiving core. Now, I'm not going to put the whole onus on the receiving core, because I think Cooper Rush, you know, he was definitely inconsistent during that game as well. But for Jalen Tolbert, he was targeted 10 times. He only had 2 catches for 10 yards. Now, production for me that I would like to see out of Tolbert would be more so like maybe 3 to 4 catches, 34 to 40 yards, maybe a touchdown, just to see that he's into the flow of things of that offense. Now, granted, our line didn't block particularly well with the pass, but with the run, we were more so efficient. You know, that shows in Malik Davis' numbers when he had 8 carries for 51 yards. And also, too, some of our running backs, too, had around 4-yard average, 4.6, and so forth, which shows that our run game is very effective. But in order for us to be a balanced team, we have to do better in the passing game, and that starts with our offensive line, which then trickles down to our quarterback and also our receivers being on the same page. Now, defensively, what I liked is that, you know, we were swarming to the ball early. I did like a couple of plays that Neville Gallimore played, as well as Marquise Bell, rookie safety. I like him in the box simply because he seems like a more threat to the run, because he definitely can fill the holes and he definitely can pursue. You know, and that's one thing we need for our defense. We need guys to pursue to the ball carrier, you know, to try to create those timely turnovers like we did last year. You know, also, too, on defense, there are a lot of penalties, which, you know, I'm not going to really get into with this particular video, because a lot of the calls were iffy. You know, I understand Dante Fowler's unnecessary roughness. That was, I'm not even going to get into that. But another play I wanted to get into was when Sam Williams actually made a football move and tackled the quarterback, you know, before he released the pass. Now, how that was roughing the passer, I have no idea, but I'm not going to chalk that up against him, simply because he came across the line aggressively, he knew where he was going, and that's what we need with our defense. You know, we need guys that are very instinctive and are pretty much ball hawks. And, you know, Sam Williams, he's a great pass rusher, phenomenal pass rusher, and I think he'll be very key to us this season along the lines with Dante Fowler, Micah Parsons, and Tank Lawrence. And, of course, Anthony Barr to fill that middle position. Now, for our corners, I hope we play a better game, especially Nashawn Wright and also Bossman Fat. Particularly Nashawn Wright, simply because he got beat on the same play twice. You know, I understand there might have been safety help, there might not have been safety help. To me, that doesn't matter. As a corner, you have to take pride within yourself to be able to cover the receiver. and to get beat on the same play for Deshaun Wright, I know he's thinking to himself that, he needs to do better. Now, if I see better corner play and if I see better pursuit to the ball as well as a better pass rush, which we lacked last game, now, of course, it's due to our starters not being in, but, for the guys that are fighting for a job, for the guys that are in the second, third portion of the depth chart, I think that they need to do better in pursuing the quarterback, simply because we weren't getting off our blocks. Every time Denver was in a shotgun formation, I was thinking that, hey, we might get to the quarterback on this play, but we never did. And, to me, that's practice and also will. At the end of the day, you can't just be going through the motions in preseason. You have to definitely show your skill and show your merit to actually make the team. Now, for this game with the Chargers, I expect the Cowboys to do the same thing, to run the ball, but be more so efficient in the passing game. Even though Jalen Tolbert was targeted 10 times last game, he had 2 catches for 10 yards. He did have a drop, which was timely. He needed to catch that pass. It was a slant over the middle, but as a rookie, he got in deer in headlights because he saw somebody coming across the middle to lay the big hit on him. Now, I do understand that, but in season, you're going to have to catch that pass. It's a routine pass nowadays in the NFL. Also too, what I want to see more from our special guys. Like, I would like to see more from Kavate Turpin, to see what he can do on special teams. Really couldn't see too much. I mean, we've been seeing a lot in practice and what he's been capable of, but I actually want to see it on, live TV. Another thing too, I'd like our line to be better in their discipline and their blocking schemes, simply because, we can't give up pressure to the quarterback because you'll get more error throws and more turnovers with the ball. Now, as for the run game, I'd like to see the same thing, about 4 yards to 5 yards a clip, 120 to 140 rushing yards. That seems to be the bread and butter of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, moving further, we are getting closer to the season, so I am curious to see who actually makes the team, who's actually on the cusp, and who's going to be sent their walking papers. Unfortunately, that's just the name of the game in the NFL. These preseason games are predicated upon you finding a roster spot, you being able to do your job, and you being able to provide for the team when need be. Now, furthermore, in the future, I will be doing more breakdowns of the Dallas Cowboys. I just wanted to do this video today just to focus on some of the highlights that we need to do tonight. But anyways, guys, that's it, and you guys have a great day.